Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of the new custom step Git stage, commit, pull, and push changes. This custom step enables you to quickly and programmatically update and add any changes you have made locally and push them to a remote origin repository. This, of course, can already be done in a visual way through the Git repositories interface inside of SAS Studio, but now it's been made available as a custom step. So you can use it in either tab mode or inside of Flow. For tab mode, just right-click the custom step and click Open in a new tab. We will do for now is add this to a flow and then walk through the interface here. Let's open up the interface. And we will start off, as you always will, to select your Git repository from the SAS server. Just navigate to your repository indicated by the branching icon from the folder selector and click OK. Next, we can stage changes. Here we have three modes that are available to us. By default, all local changes are staged, and to make them available for committing and pushing to a remote origin. But you can also stage changes from a table. This can be done through the custom step git list local repo changes, which produces an output table that can be then filtered down, optimized to whatever you want to push to the remote repository. You can use the option yes, stage from table, or if all your changes have already been successfully staged, you can also click no to disable this functionality. We will stick with staging all changes. Next, we have to commit the changes that we want to do. For this, we need a Git username. You specify your email address that is used in conjunction with your Git repository, and then you enter your commit message. Here, it's also notable that you can store all of these values inside of SAS macro variables that are then defined within your environment by default for you, and you can reuse them here directly. I will demonstrate this later on in the step. Let's just say here, this is a demonstration and keep going down the line. Next up, we can push changes to the remote repository, and we can also pull changes before we push any changes to the remote repository. And next, we have to change the authentication method that is used for the remote repository. First up is username, password, and token. And if we specify this, the username you have added before in the commit section will be reused here. But we can also choose as another method SSH, where you then will have to provide a public and a private key file and a SSH username and password phrase for your key if that's applicable for you. Or if your environment is configured for it, you can also use Kerberos, then you don't have to add any additional authentication information here. We will get back to username, password, and token. And here I'm going to use a macro variable that has been stored inside of my AutoExec file called git token, which contains a currently valid git access token to my repository. And I will then run my step. And once the step has run successfully, we can go into Git, update, and see our new change that has been just committed just now. And we have our changes contributed to a remote repository. If you get any errors, go to the submissions tab and have a look inside of the log for corresponding error messages. They should be fairly descriptive. And also in here, you will find messages that specify all the different Git steps that were successful in here. For example, the stage git operation was successful, the commit operation was successful, the repository was already up to date, so that's for pulling, and then we pushed to the Git repository. If you want to clone, delete the Git repository, there's corresponding steps for this available already with the git clone a git repo and git delete a local repo that are also available on the SAS software GitHub. If you try this step, let me know what you think. Thanks.